Andy Cohen, the sharp-witted maestro behind Bravo's glittering empire of reality television, recently turned his conversational prowess to a delightfully domestic quandary during a chat with Kristen Bell. Why does a 6-year-old's disdain for a Disney darling run so deep? The exchange, brimming with the easy rapport of old friends, zeroed in on Belle's son Delta's fervent antipathy toward Elsa, the Ice Queen heart of Frozen. Cohen, ever the provocateur with a soft spot for parenting pearls, posed the question with feigned incredulity, his voice a mix of amusement and genuine curiosity. Belle, the 45-year-old actress whose warmth has endeared her to audiences from Veronica Mars to The Good Place, met the query with a knowing laugh, unpacking the psychology of pint-sized preferences with the insight of a seasoned mom of two. At the crux of Delta's beef? Elsa's perceived meanness, a judgment that Belle elaborated with vivid specificity. He hates Elsa because she's mean, she explained, her tone laced with empathetic exasperation. The character's arc, from a sisterly bond strained by secrecy to a Coronation Day meltdown that unleashes winter's wrath, strikes a discordant note in her young son's empathetic ear. Elsa's habit of locking herself in her room, and steadfastly, not letting anyone in registers not as regal isolation but as willful rejection, a barrier that Delta, at 6, interprets through the unfiltered lens of playground dynamics. In his world, where sharing toys and secrets is currency, Elsa's fortress of solitude feels like a personal affront, her glacial demeanor clashing with the openness he craves in heroes and heroines alike. Belle's dissection extends to a comparative canvas, contrasting Elsa's frostiness with the sunnier dispositions of Frozen's ensemble. Anna, the plucky optimist who barrels through blizzards with unyielding loyalty, earns Delta's nod of approval, a beacon of relational warmth that thaws any chill. Olaf, the irrepressible snowman whose bungling charm defies his ephemeral existence, embodies the joy of unbridled friendship, his antics an antidote to Elsa's austerity. Even Kristoff, the gruff mountain man softened by love's persistence, aligns with Delta's ideal of characters who evolve through connection rather than command. Delta prefers characters who are more open and friendly, Belle noted, her observation a microcosm of how children, in their nascent moral compasses, gravitate toward figures who mirror vulnerability as strength. Elsa's power, wielded in solitude and born of fear, becomes a cautionary tale in Delta's eyes, a reminder that true magic blooms in collaboration, not concealment. This vignette into family lore transcends anecdote, illuminating the profound ways media shapes tiny worldviews. Belle, whose roles often dance on the edge of whimsy and wisdom, has long championed mindful parenting, from curating screen time to fostering emotional literacy. Her household, shared with husband Dax Shepard and daughters Lincoln and Delta, operates as a laboratory of lived lessons, where Disney's empire meets real talk. Cohen, a father to son Benjamin and daughter Lucy, nodded along with the universality of it all, the baffling specificity of kids' fixations, like rejecting a cultural colossus because she ices out her sister. Their banter, peppered with "can you believe this?" asides, underscores a shared parental bewilderment. How does a film that grossed billions and spawned sequels and stage shows elicit such visceral recoil from one small viewer? Delving deeper, Belle's insights evoke the broader tapestry of Frozen's legacy, a saga that, for all its empowerment anthems like "Let It Go," grapples with isolation's sting. Elsa's journey from self-imposed exile to harmonious rule parallels arcs in Belle's own career, where vulnerability has been both shield and sword. Yet, through Delta's critique, it becomes a teaching tool, prompting discussions on empathy. Why does fear make us push others away? How does opening the door invite miracles? These aren't abstract philosophies but bedtime fodder, woven into the fabric of family rituals, movie nights that spark debates, drawings of alternate endings where Elsa hosts a hug-filled feast. Cohen's role as interlocutor adds levity, his Bravo-honed timing turning potential preachiness into playful probing. As a single dad navigating the glamour-grit divide, he relates viscerally to the chaos of character judgments, perhaps recalling his own kids' quirks amid episodes of Real Housewives marathons. Their dialogue, a micro-podcast on parenthood's peculiarities, celebrates the unscripted joy of raising free thinkers who challenge canon with candor. In Delta's dismissal of Elsa, there's a spark of rebellion that Belle nurtures, a reminder that children aren't passive consumers but active interpreters, remixing narratives to fit their evolving ethics. Ultimately, this exchange is a love letter to the messiness of growing up, where a Snow Queen's chill can chill a kid's enthusiasm, yet fuel family bonds through shared scrutiny. Belle and Cohen, avatars of entertainment's eclectic spectrum, prove that even in casual convos, depth lurks. Lessons in kindness, the power of preference, and the heartwarming havoc kids wreak on our favorites. As Delta's stance endures, perhaps till a rewatch reframes Elsa's thaw, it's a testament to imagination's wild sovereignty, inviting parents everywhere to listen, laugh, and let the critiques roll like an eternal winter's first melt.